This is my 2001 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo. My heater in the car got so bad that last winter when I'd stop at stop signs, the only thing I'd do is blow cold air. And where I live, it's not uncommon for it to get below 0 Fahrenheit, so I was freezing my butt off in my car. So I decided to try to use CLR to see if it would clean out my heater core, because I'd read online, some people said yes, some people said don't use it. I thought, I'm going to try it. If it don't work, I'm replacing the heater core. The line here off your thermostat housing, that's your line into your heater core. The line over here that goes into the metal pipe, that's your return line. What I did is I took both lines off, and first I ran water through the line, through the return line, and then I used my air compressor and set that at 20 psi, and I blew compressed air through the line. Now I'd alternate back and forth between the water and compressed air. I did this several times until the water came out really clean. Then I used compressed air the last time to blow out all the water, and I took my hoses and some wire, and I wired them up to my windshield wipers so they were standing straight up. Then I filled it with CLR. I left it sit for over an hour. Then I came back. I did the same thing again. First I rinsed it out with water through the return line, and then I used compressed air. I did this several times until I made sure I got all the CLR out. In fact, the last time I actually just left the hose running for a while to make sure that it was clean. Now, one of the things I did when I decided to do this was to replace my thermostat. And what I found when I took off my thermostat housing, I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this, it was pitted really bad. So I went into town. A new one was like $15 or $16, really not that bad of a price. So I decided to replace that right away too. And I think the reason that mine had lost heat is if you look inside of there, you see that green. And I think that's what starts to build up into heater core. Now, when I was a young man, I used to change out my antifreeze every single year because that's what they always said to do. And I still had that same problem with the green inside, so that doesn't really matter. So after I did that, hooked my hoses back up, filled the vehicle back up. Now what's important is you have to burp the vehicle when you're done. I bought this quite a few years ago, one of these kits that comes with the radiator cap and a little adapter to go into it, and you put your funnel right on there, fill it with antifreeze. I left mine run for about half an hour. Getting in the car occasionally, I'd rev it up 2,500 RPMs, let it sit there for a couple minutes, and then let it go back to idle. I did this for half hour straight until I knew I had all the air out of my system, because that's really important to do that too. Then I took my car out for a drive, and I was amazed. I had really good heat again. In fact, it was so good, I'm starting to turn my fan down on my heater because I'm getting that good heat in my car again. So I wouldn't be afraid to use CLR. I used it. I actually did this about a month ago before I made this video, because I wanted to make sure that I wasn't going to damage the heater core and give advice to people that wouldn't be good. I hope this helps.